Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Sunday, July 21st, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with AEW Collision broadcast last night on TNT from the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas. In the main event, the Patriarchy trio of Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne won the vacant AEW Trios Championship, defeating the Bang Bang Gang in 13 minutes and 17 seconds. Sky Blue sustained an injury during her match against Hikaru Shida, causing the doctor to stop the match and the referee to award the decision to Shida. Tony Khan later confirmed on Twitter that it was an ankle injury that caused the match to be stopped. The show also featured the debut of Luchador Hologram, who defeated Gringo Loco. Hologram has wrestled in Mexico and elsewhere for the past 14 years under the name Aramis. During an in-ring promo, FTR issued a challenge to AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, for All In.
And we will be your three-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. Young Bucks, this whole thing's for you. Top Guys, out.
In another promo vignette, Kevin Von Erich appeared with his sons Marshall and Ross and asked Dustin Rhodes to look out for them in AEW. In other results, Darby Allin pinned the Beast Mortos in the opener. Deonna Purrazzo beat Thunder Rosa in a lumberjack match. Rey Fenix topped Tony Nese, and Roderick Strong pinned Tomohiro Ishii. After the match, the Undisputed Kingdom attacked Ishii until Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly made the save.
Oh, look at this. And now a slap to the face. Bennett says,
for the sky, boy.
Reach for the sky! Here comes members of the conglomeration. The Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe.
A little too late. They should have come out earlier.
Kyle O'Reilly with him. And of course, quickly members of the Undisputed Kingdom run for the backstage area.
TNA Wrestling presented the 20th annual edition of Slammiversary last night on pay-per-view from the Verdun Auditorium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. In the main event, Nick Nemeth became the new TNA World Champion, last eliminating Frankie Kazarian in a six-man elimination match. Nemeth had also previously eliminated Josh Alexander from the match. Other participants included Joe Hendry, previous TNA World Champion Moose, who was eliminated by Hendry, as well as Steve Macklin, who was the first one eliminated. The win makes Nemeth the 10th wrestler to win a world title in both WWE and TNA, and the first to ever be a world champion in WWE, TNA, and AAA. Three other title changes occurred on the card, with Mike Bailey defeating Mustafa Ali by submission to win the X Division Championship, PCO defeating AJ Francis to win the Digital Media and International Heavyweight Championships in a Montreal street fight, and ABC defeating the System to regain the TNA World Tag Team Championship. Jordan Grace retained her Knockouts World Championship, turning back the challenge of Ash by Elegance. In a six-man tag team match combining TNA and NXT talent, the Rascals trio of Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and Wes Lee defeated the No Quarter Catch Crew trio of Charlie Dempsey, Miles Bourne, and Tavion Heights. In other results, Mike Santana beat Jake Something, and Matt Hardy topped JDC in the opener. In injury news, Dalton Castle is expected to miss the rest of 2024, according to an announcement made yesterday by Tony Khan. Castle's absence is due to an injury sustained on the July 13th episode of Collision during a match with Roderick Strong that was taped in Calgary on July 10th. Castle was knocked unconscious by a flying knee from Strong during the match, although the spot was partly cut out of the pre-taped broadcast. Turning to Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling kicked off its G1 Climax tournament on Saturday at the Edion Arena in Osaka. The tournament consists of 20 wrestlers competing in two blocks, gaining 2 points for each victory. Successful in yesterday's A block matches were Callum Newman, Zack Sabre Jr., Jake Lee, Evil, and Shingo Takagi, while in the B block, Oleg Boltin, Hinare, Jeff Cobb, Yuya Uemura, and Konosuke Takeshita came out victorious. The 34th annual event continues today, also in Osaka. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, You can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The wrestling news can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the wrestling news across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.